Welcome to our deep dive into the world of fintech apps.
Yeah.
You've sent over a really interesting collection of articles on the topic. It seems like everyone's talking about how these apps are changing the way we manage our money, but are they all they're cracked up to be? That's what we're here to find out today.
Absolutely. We're going to sift through the hype,
Yeah.
break it all down from the hottest apps to even some of the bigger trends that are shaping the future of finance.
Okay, so before we get into specific apps, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly is fintech, and why should we even care?
Well, fintech is really just a buzzword for financial technology,
Okay.
but it represents this huge shift away from those traditional banks we all know. We're talking about apps and platforms that are trying to make managing your money easier, faster, more accessible. Think of it like this. Fintech is putting the power of a financial advisor right in your pocket.
Oh, that's a powerful image. And it makes sense, right? Everything's going mobile these days. Speaking of mobile first, you know I love to budget, and one name I see popping up everywhere is Mint. What makes this app a standout in the world of fintech?
Mint is like the Swiss Army knife of personal finance.
Okay.
It's been around for a while and for good reason. Imagine connecting all your bank accounts, credit cards, even investments all in one place.
Yes.
No more logging into 10 different websites to get a handle on your money.
I actually use Mint myself, and that's one of my favorite features. Being able to see everything in one place is a game changer.
Totally.
But it does a lot more than just show you your balance.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Mint goes way beyond just aggregation. They've got amazing budgeting tools where you can set goals, track your spending, and even get personalized recommendations based on your financial habits. I've heard people describe it as having a financial coach in your pocket.
That's a great way to put it. Now, what about someone who's new to investing and a little intimidated by the whole thing? I've heard whispers about an app called Acorns. What's the deal with that?
Acorns is all about micro-investing, making it super easy to dip your toes into the market without needing a ton of money or expertise. The concept is brilliant, actually. They have this feature called Roundups, where they automatically invest your spare change from everyday purchases. So let's say you buy a coffee for $2.75.
Yeah.
Acorns rounds it up to $3 and invests that extra quarter.
So it's like a sneaky way to save and invest without even really feeling it. That's genius.
Exactly. And it gets even better. They've expanded with Acorns Later, which is specifically designed for retirement savings.
Oh, wow.
And Acorns Spend, which is a checking account that gives you cashback rewards.
Wow, it sounds like they really thought of everything for someone who's just starting out. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, for those of us who maybe aren't new to investing but are looking for a more hands-off approach, one name keeps popping up in these articles. Betterment. Is this the future of investing?
Betterment is definitely shaking things up.
Okay.
They're what's known as a robo-advisor, which basically means they use algorithms to build and manage your investment portfolio for you. You tell them your financial goals, your risk tolerance, all that good stuff.
Right.
And their system does the rest.
Wow.
One of the coolest features, though, is something called tax loss harvesting.
Okay, I have to admit, that one's always sounded a bit intimidating. How would you explain it to someone who's not a financial expert?
Sure. Essentially, it's a strategy to reduce your taxes on your investment gains.
Okay.
Let's say you have an investment that's lost value.
Right.
Betterment will automatically sell that investment at a loss to offset any gains you've made elsewhere in your portfolio. This can result in some pretty significant tax savings over time.
So it's like they're strategically taking advantage of those dips in the market to your benefit.
Exactly.
Very cool. So we've talked about managing money, but what about moving it around? I mean, is anyone not using PayPal these days?
Right. PayPal is one of those fintech pioneers that completely changed the game.
Yeah.
It's not just for online purchases anymore, though.
Yeah.
Think. Peer-to-peer payments, QR code payments, splitting bills with friends, even paying for things in stores.
Right.
It's become a truly global payment platform.
They've definitely made sending and receiving money unbelievably easy, but is there anything in particular that makes them stand out from a security perspective? I'm always a little wary of putting my financial info out there.
You're right to be cautious, but PayPal actually has a pretty solid track record on security. They offer buyer and seller protection, which gives you peace of mind when making transactions. And because they handle millions of transactions daily, they've invested heavily in fraud detection and prevention technology.
That's good to know. So we've covered budgeting, micro-investing, automated investing, even payments. Is there anything left?
Oh, you have no idea. We've just scratched the surface of what fintech can do. For instance, you mentioned loving all-in-one solutions.
I do.
It's an app that's been generating quite a buzz, MoneyLion.
MoneyLion, huh? Tell me more about this all-in-one wonder. Is it truly a one-stop shop for all things finance?
They're definitely aiming for that. MoneyLion combines banking, investing, credit building, and even access to small loans, all within a single app.
Wow.
They're really trying to cater to a younger, mobile-first generation that wants a seamless financial experience.
Okay, so for someone who's maybe just starting to build their financial life, MoneyLion could be a game changer. But are there any potential downsides we should be aware of?
That's a great question. And it highlights an important point about all fintech apps. It's crucial to read the fine print and understand the terms and conditions.
Right.
In MoneyLion's case, some users have pointed out that the interest rates on their loans can be higher compared to traditional banks or credit unions. So it's all about weighing the convenience factor against the potential costs.
That's a good reminder for any financial product, really. Do your research and make sure it aligns with your individual needs. Speaking of aligning with your needs, for folks who are laser focused on keeping costs low, I'm seeing a lot of buzz around Chime.
Right.
What's their angle?
Chime is all about being the no-fee, no-nonsense alternative to traditional banking. They offer a really competitive high-yield savings account, early direct deposit for those paychecks, even automatic savings features, all without those pesky monthly fees that can eat away at your money. And they're big on cashback rewards for everyday purchases.
It's like they're rewarding you for managing your money responsibly. I can see why people are drawn to that. Now, we can't talk about fintech without mentioning the elephant in the room, or should I say the Robin Hood in the room.
Right.
They really shook things up when they burst onto the scene a few years ago.
No doubt about it. Robinhood totally democratized investing by offering commission-free trading. This opened up the market to a whole new generation of investors who might not have had the capital or the inclination to deal with those traditional brokerage fees.
It definitely made investing less intimidating for the average person, but Robinhood is about more than just low costs, right?
Right. Their app is incredibly user-friendly, even for beginners.
Okay.
Plus, they popularized the concept of fractional shares, which means you can buy a portion of a share in a company like Apple or Tesla, even if you can't afford a whole share outright.
Right.
And they've since expanded into cryptocurrency trading, which has also attracted a lot of attention.
Yeah. Fractional shares are brilliant. It's a great way to diversify your portfolio, even with a smaller budget. Now, Robinhood's not the only player in the game anymore. I'm also noticing Stash mentioned as a great option for beginner investors. How do they compare?
Stash is another great choice if you're new to investing. Like Robinhood, they offer fractional shares and make it easy to start investing with a small amount of money. But Stash really sets themselves apart with their emphasis on education.
Okay.
Their app is packed with resources and tools to help you learn about different investment strategies and make more informed decisions.
It's like having a personal finance tutor built right into the app.
Totally.
I love that. Okay, we've covered budgeting, investing, banking, even a little bit about the wild world of crypto. What else is out there in the ever-expanding fintech universe?
Well, remember when we were talking about those everyday payments? PayPal isn't the only name in the game. Venmo has exploded in popularity, especially among younger generations.
Oh, Venmo. Yeah, it seems like everyone and their dog is using Venmo these days. What's the big appeal?
Venmo is all about social payments, making it ridiculously easy to split bills with friends, send money to family, even pay for things in person using their Venmo card. They've made it almost too easy to spend money.
It's true. I'll admit I've definitely fallen victim to the ease of Venmo more than a few times.
Right.
But hey, convenience is king, right?
Totally.
Okay, before we move on from specific apps, there's one more I want to ask you about that seems to cater to a slightly more, shall we say, sophisticated user. Personal capital.
Right.
What makes them stand out from the crowd?
Personal capital. Now we're talking about a true wealth management platform. They're going after a user who wants a complete and holistic view of their finances, from budgeting and investing to retirement planning and even net worth monitoring.
Wow, that's comprehensive. So someone who's serious about taking control of their finances and wants all the bells and whistles would probably love personal capital.
Exactly. And here's the kicker. They even offer access to human financial advisors if you want that personalized guidance. It's like having a dedicated team of experts at your fingertips.
That's a pretty sweet deal. It's amazing how far fintech has come in such a short amount of time. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? There must be some potential downsides to this rapid technological advancement.
You're absolutely right. With any new technology, especially when dealing with something as sensitive as our finances, there are always going to be challenges and concerns.
I mean, we're putting a lot of trust in these apps. Handing over our financial data, our bank account info, it feels like there's potential for things to go wrong.
Yeah. There's no denying that data security and privacy are absolutely critical in the world of fintech.
Right.
You're right to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Robust security measures, strong encryption, those are non-negotiables.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about the regulatory landscape, which is always evolving to keep pace with these new technologies.
Yeah.
There's a real balancing act between fostering innovation and ensuring consumer protection.
So it's like walking a tightrope, right?
Yeah.
Too much regulation and you stifle innovation. Too little and you put consumers at risk.
Exactly.
Speaking of the future, what's next for fintech? What trends should we be keeping an eye on?
Well, you can't talk about the future of anything tech without mentioning artificial intelligence. And fintech is no exception. AI and machine learning are already being used behind the scenes in many of these apps. Think fraud detection, personalized recommendations, even automated investing.
Right.
But this is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay. So even smarter apps that can anticipate our needs before we even know what they are. Sign me up.
But seriously, it does seem like AI has the potential to revolutionize how we manage our money.
Yeah.
Anything else on the horizon that has you excited?
Blockchain is another one to watch. It's a bit of a buzzword, I know, but it has the potential to completely transform how we think about financial transactions, making them more secure, more transparent, and more efficient. It's still early days, but I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of what blockchain can do for fintech.
It's funny, blockchain is one of those things that I feel like I should understand better.
Right.
I know it's a big deal, but it's still a little bit of a mystery. Maybe that's a deep dive for another day. Definitely. Blockchain is a whole other rabbit hole we could explore. But for now, I think the key takeaway is that the world of fintech is constantly evolving.
Right.
What seemed cutting edge a year ago might be old news tomorrow. It's all about staying informed and finding the tools that best align with your financial goals and values.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in all the hype and the shiny new apps, but at the end of the day, fintech is just a tool, right?
Right.
It's up to us to use these tools responsibly and make smart decisions about our money. And that's where I think this deep dive has been so valuable. It's not just about listing a bunch of apps, it's about empowering ourselves to navigate the complex world of finance and take control of our financial futures.
And I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
It's all about finding the right tools for you, understanding the potential benefits and drawbacks, and using them in a way that aligns with your own personal financial goals.
Right.
And most importantly, never stop learning and asking questions.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, I think we've officially reached the bottom of the fintech rabbit hole for today. A huge thank you to you for being our guide through this fascinating landscape.
It's been my pleasure.
And to you, our listener, we hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought. Maybe you discovered a new app that you can't wait to try, or maybe you're feeling inspired to take a closer look at your overall financial picture. Whatever it is, we encourage you to keep exploring and keep asking questions. After all, the world of fintech is just getting started.